On the 20th of February, 1988, a hazel-eyed, mixed-race girl was born in the outskirts of Bridgetown in Barbados. Barbados is a developed and peaceful country with a very high quality of life. Its population is predominantly of African descent. Barbados was a colony of the English Crown, and around the 17th century a large number of white Irish people were involuntarily transported to Barbados to work in sugar plantations. The Irish of Barbados, who came to be known as Redlegs, began to intermarry with alluring Barbadians, and the product of one such union was Ronald Fenty, Rihanna's father. Robin Rihanna Fenty was born and raised in the parish of St. Michael on the Caribbean island of Barbados. She is the eldest of 3 siblings, the daughter of Monica and Ronald Fenty. Her childhood was a difficult one, marred by constant arguments between her parents and their eventual divorce. Her father was an alcoholic addicted to cocaine who has since then overcome his addictions. She loved music from a young age. She began singing when she was 7, and went on to form a musical trio with her classmates as a high school student. She had a chance meeting with American producer Evan Rogers in 2003 and performed some songs in his presence. He was impressed and invited her to New York to record some demo tapes.
In a shockingly candid interview with The Mirror in 2007, Rihanna opened up about her father's drug addiction. Rihanna said, "Even as a toddler, I learned that my mom and dad would argue when there was foil paper in the ashtray. But I think every child growing up goes through some sort of upheaval, and perhaps mine was a bit worse. At the end of the day, I don't think about it anymore, and it doesn't make me angry." Rihanna's mother Monica eventually divorced Ronald, and Rihanna looked after her 2 younger brothers so that her mother could work to support them. Rihanna said, "Domestic violence is not somebody that people want anybody to know, so she would just hide it in the house. I always said to myself, I'm never going to date somebody like my dad, never." Ronald Fenty was diagnosed with coronavirus April 2020. In an interview he said, "I feared the worst. I thought I was going to die, honestly." Luckily for Fenty's sake, Rihanna was able to step in and provide him with the help he needed. He was able to pull through after Rihanna, who had been checking in on him every day, shipped him a ventilator. "I have to say, I love you so much," he told Rihanna. "She did so much for me. I appreciate everything she has done."
Rihanna always had a great relationship with her mom, Monica Braithwaite. The 31-year-old talent credited her mother Monica Braithwaite for teaching her love, forgiveness, and more. The Barbadian superstar always brags about her mom on social media. Wishing Monica a special day, Rihanna wrote, "Happy birthday to my sweet beautiful mother." She then went on to say it was her mom who taught her strength, love, forgiveness, sacrifice, hard work, and helping others in whatever way you can. In an interview with Vogue, Rihanna explained how her mom is her #1 beauty icon. She was so intrigued by her mother. She always liked to dress, look and do her hair and makeup like her mother. Rihanna gave insights into her mother's profession and stated that she was a salesgirl for beauty products and perfume. She stated that all of these ventures are things that have extended her creativity and have been a part of her brand overall. The Diamond singer asserted that she learned from the best and also called her mother her best teacher. A few years ago, Rihanna surprised her mother during an Oprah interview with a brand new 5-bedroom home in Barbados. In true Oprah fashion, the talk show host invited Monica to the home under the false pretense that she would be doing an interview alongside her daughter for the show. Earlier in the interview, in vast contrast, Rihanna took Oprah to her old family home where she grew up from the age of 5 up to 16, when she first left Barbados to pursue a career in music.
Family drama for poor Rihanna wasn't limited to her father's problems with alcohol and drug addiction. Rihanna's cousin was shot to death in the St. Michael's area of Barbados in 2017. Tavon Kaisine Aline was shot several times by men while he was out walking. Tanel, Tavon's sister and Rihanna's cousin, described her brother as a firm follower of the Christian faith, and said that earlier he'd asked her to pray with him and then take a photo. She then showed reporters the time stamp on her phone, which read 2:36 p.m., and said that was the last time she saw her brother. She said that because her father wasn't around, the siblings were split up and went to live with different family members. Tanel, pictured, said that because they were living in separate households for so long, this was the first time they'd been able to spend Christmas together and live together like family. Just after hearing about his murder back in 2017, Rihanna posted a series of photos of her and Aline together and called for an end to gun crime as she mourned his death. R.I.P. cousin. Can't believe it was just last night that I held you in my arms. The heartbroken singer wrote. Never thought that would be the last time I felt the warmth in your body. Love you always, man.
Rihanna started her music career at the age of 15. Her debut album Music of the Sun was released by Def Jam in 2005. But it was in 2007 that the singer gained recognition with the release of her album Good Girl Gone Bad. Her single Umbrella earned Rihanna her first Grammy Award. Umbrella is widely acknowledged as the song that propelled Rihanna from rising pop act into superstardom and transformed her into a fully fledged sex symbol and a pop icon, with some music journalists considering it to be her signature song. Umbrella marked the first time Rihanna transitioned from the girl next door persona of her first two albums for an edgy, sexier look, which triggered her image evolution for her subsequent albums. Since then, Rihanna's career has been going from strength to strength, with multi-platinum albums like Rated R released in 2009, featuring single Rude Boy. Loud released on 2010, featured single Only Girl in the World. Loud was also a commercial success outside of the United States. In Canada, it debuted at number 1. The album debuted at number 2 in the United Kingdom. Talk That Talk was released on 2011 and features a documentary that Rihanna behind the scenes during the production of the album. The first part of Road to Talk That Talk was released onto the internet on February 17, 2012. In the viral video, Rihanna takes the cameras backstage on the last day of the Loud tour, to the studio whilst she talks about the track listing and to Barbados with her family. Next album Unapologetic added another milestone to her wildly successful career, featuring hit single Diamonds. Her latest release from 2016 is album Anti. Anti abandons the radio-friendly dance pop production of Rihanna's previous hit singles. It is a genre-spanning record consisting of pop and dancehall tunes with elements of soul music.
Rihanna and Chris Brown were one of the most infamous couples of the late noughties. The duo had their ups and downs over the course of their tumultuous relationship. However, the 2009 incident in which Chris physically assaulted Rihanna has come to define not only their relationship, but also Chris' career. Long before they were romantically linked, the pair met as teenagers circa 2005 when they were starting out in the music industry. Shortly after the success of Rihanna's song Umbrella, Chris collaborated with her on a remix. The chemistry between the two was undeniable. On the day of the 2009 Grammys, it was announced that the pair, who were slated to perform together, would not take the stage. As rumors began to swirl about why their number had been pulled, it was revealed that Chris brutally beat Rihanna the night before. Chris had busted her busted lip and left Rihanna with black eyes and multiple bruises. Disturbing photos showed the songstress in a hospital with a bruised and bloody face following the verbal fights and physical fights that took place, and Chris Brown was arrested and eventually charged with felony battery. Much to the surprise of fans, Riri forgave Chris several years later. The pair rekindled their romance in 2012, and she spoke to Oprah Winfrey about the relationship. Rihanna confessed that Chris was her true love. She also revealed that she dropped the restraining order in 2011, and that she HD forgiven him. However, they split for good in 2013, with Chris confirming the news in May of that year.
While split from Chris Brown, Rihanna had a year-long relationship with LA Dodgers star Matt Kemp for the length of 2010. She gushed about the relationship in several interviews. "I feel like I smile for real this time. The smiles come from inside, and it exudes in everything I do. But after splitting in December of that year, she said I just let it go. I don't ever want to have to depend on a relationship. I think it's a really special thing to find love, but I want to make sure I find other things in life that I love besides love. Rihanna and Drake met in 2005 and famously dated on and off over the years as they worked together on songs including Work, Take Care, and What's My Name. In 2016, he introduced her at the VMAs with effusive praise, saying, "She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old. She's one of my best friends in the world. All my adult life, I've looked up to her even though she's younger than me. She's a living, breathing legend in our industry." But it seems that Riri wasn't a fan of being built up that way, and told Vogue years later that wading through that speech was probably the most uncomfortable part. "I don't like too many compliments." Rihanna and Leonardo DiCaprio were rumored to have hooked up a few times, first in February 2015, when they reportedly spent Valentine's Day weekend together. Then, in 2016, they were spotted together at Intrigue nightclub's grand opening at Wynn Las Vegas. Neither confirmed that they had dated. Rihanna also reportedly dated Travis Scott in 2015, with the rumors fueled by sightings of Rihanna at his concerts. But the relationship appeared to be confirmed by a story in the December 2015 issue of Complex. Writer Lawrence Schlossman said that Travis had missed their interview because he was holed up with Rihanna, his recently rumored love interest. In 2020, Schlossman said on his podcast that he was never supposed to reveal that Travis and Rihanna were together. "It's because Rihanna's like, 'Don't tell anyone that I'm smashing Travis Scott, please,' he said." Rihanna and Saudi Arabian businessman Hassan Jameel got together in 2017. They were first spotted getting dinner together in November of that year, and in 2018 took a trip to Mexico together. In 2019, she said, "I got into a new relationship, and it matters to me. It was like, I need to make time for this. Just like I nurture my businesses, I need to nurture this as well. I'll shut things down for 2 days, 3 days at a time. On my calendar we now have the infamous P, which means personal days. This is a new thing." She spoke again about him later that year, telling Vogue, "I'm actually in an exclusive relationship for quite some time, and it's going really well, so I'm happy." But things soured, and news that they split broke in January 2020. Rihanna has had her fair share of relationships, but is now pregnant and engaged to rapper A$AP Rocky. Though their romantic relationship is only a couple of years old, they have known one another for a decade. They remained friends over the years. But when Rihanna and Hassan split in January 2020, rumors started to swirl that she and Rocky were together. Rocky confirmed the relationship in May 2021, telling GQ that Rihanna is the love of my life. "I think when you know, you know. She's the one," he said. She wants him to stay. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky formed a strong bond as friends first, then lovers later, and now parents-to-be.
Thank you for watching our video about Rihanna's life. If you want to find out what your favorite star has been up to in 2022, make sure to watch this other video and subscribe to Showbiz Gossip Daily News for more juicy updates.